Hello, good people of YouTube. Mountbatten here. And today, well actually a couple of days ago, an event went live in the Armory. An event that's a little out of left field, but I mean, hey, we've had stranger events in the past, and that is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles crossover event. Which again, more out of left field franchise crossover events. We've had the Transformers one, the Star Trek one, of course all the anime ones, but now we have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, which I didn't really watch too much of it as an child. I did catch the occasional episode every now and then, and it was, the classic cartoon, not any of the newer stuff. So, okay, I recognize these guys. They were, of course, very large when I was, again, a child. So, okay, cool. More of my childhood showing up in game, reminding me of my age. But when this event went live in the Armory, it certainly caught the attention of the player base for a couple of reasons. One of those being, well, really the main one being the friggin' price tag. This ain't cheap, let's say, fellas. But what is even in the crossover event in the first place? Well, I can tell ya, I now know what the art department's been doing for the past couple of months, because whoo-wee, the skins you can buy in this event, the permanent camouflages, are absolutely wonderful. There's a lot of references to the show in there, a lot of jokes on the jokes and nods to the show and to the characters on both ships that they are offering these skins for, these camouflages for. And the art style has been absolutely nailed, and I gotta give it to the art department. Again, I think this is where they've been all these months, that we've been getting these subpar perma camouflages for premium ships. They've certainly made it up for themselves here, fellas. You can get a skin for the Napoli, which is the, the turtle layer skin, which is, again, absolutely beautiful the way it's done, the texturing and everything. It is, again, perfect. It's amazing what they've managed to pull off here in game. Again, keep in mind this game engine is what, 2015, 2014? It's 10 years old now. Looks amazing. So hats off to you, art department. And this is for the Napoli, the turtle layer skin. Then you can get the Foot Clan skin for the Schlieffen, which I don't know which one I actually like better. They're both really well done. I thought I was going to like the turtle skin, but then you get over here and you check out Shredder's camo for the Schlieffen, and the styling is just so well done. And again, the details, the textures and everything, they really knocked it out of the park here. So we have two beautiful camouflages that you can pick up, and if you've watched the show, again, there's no doubt that, again, these are skins that you probably would want to pick up anyway. And again, I haven't watched that much, again, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, again, just picking it up, watching an episode and picking it up when it was on, when I was watching cartoons in the morning. That's all I know about the show. So yeah, even myself, I'm like, dang, these are pretty hot, right? I might pick one of these up. But then that's where the attention is coming from, the pricing. So, unfortunately, this go-round, Wargaming has decided that, well, unlike the Star Trek event, which, in my opinion, despite outside of the Enterprise not being available in that event, that was a really good event. Why? Because you could buy the camos for the ships, you could buy the commanders for the ships, you could buy the flags for their for the ships, all in separate slots. Like you could buy the camo for the Enterprise with Picard in one bundle. You could buy the camo with Spock and the ship that actually you couldn't buy that one, but you guys get what I'm saying. Outside of the Vulcan cruiser camo, you could buy the other camos and the respective commanders separately, so you could pick and choose what you wanted from the event. And if you wanted to drop, what was it, like $150 on all the camos and all the commanders, you could do that if you wanted to. This go round, Wargaming is not doing that, unfortunately. Now, because of that, you have a handful of options to pick up these ships, and not many of them are cost efficient, shall we say. So Of course, you have the Ultimate Pack, 41,000 doubloons. That's a lot of money. That's just shy, I believe, of $200 US. But of course, that's for everything. That's for the commanders. That's for the camos for both ships, for the flags, and all of that jazz. Understandably, that one's expensive. But then, if you do want the turtle layer camo for the Napoli, you're going to have to fork over 23,800 doubloons on the North American server, which is just shy of $100. Now that, of course, you're getting, Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, Michelangelo, who for some reason isn't Italian wargaming. You missed here, but could have put my Michelangelo on a Michelangelo. That's a huge miss here, wargaming. But either way, so you are getting, of course, 4 12-point commanders and the permanent camouflage for the Napoli, along with the new event, not great thematic camo, or no, it's not really temporary camo, but the camo you can slap on any ship. But again, it's not the nice permanent turtle layer camo. So that's what you get for $100, unfortunately. And then with Shredder and his camo for the Schlieffen, you get Shredder and you get Krang, again, 2 12-point commanders with the Foot Clan perma camo for the Schlieffen. And then you get the Turtle Nemesis camo, which again is the temporary event camo. You also get a discount on German researchable ships, since of course this is a camo for the Schlieffen, and Schlieffen is a tech line ship. You get a 50% discount to the cost of the Dresden, Kolberg, Nassau, von der Tann, Moltke, and Derflinger. And then 30% discount to the cost of the Mackensen and the Prince Heinrich, or the Mackensen. Then a 15% discount to the cost of the Zieten, Ruprecht, and the Schlieffen. So that's it, fellas, for the ship camos. Now, what's really weird is that, okay, you don't want to offer up the ship camos in separate slots from the commanders, but yet there is a bundle here that has the commanders for 9,000 doubloons. Like, you can buy the 4 turtles, Shredder, and Krang in one bundle. It's like, well, okay, why don't you offer that for the camos? Between the turtle camo for the Napoli and the Shredder camo for the Schlieffen, I'd gladly pay like $40 for that. And I'm sure many others would for the 2 camos. Or 50. I think you could charge individually like $30 for these camos, and most people would have been fine with that. Because I'm sure most understand that, of course, Wargaming has to acquire the license for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, right? That's not a cheap license to get at all. It's one of the most popular cartoons ever made. So, yeah, understandably, you're not going to get, stuff here for free. But, good God, at least split it up. They did it with Star Trek. I'm not sure why they didn't do it here. Maybe because there's less offerings. We had, 4 camos for Star Trek. There's 2 camos here. I think we do have more commanders here, right? Again, they have to acquire the licensing and the voice actors for that as well. So, yeah, I understand why it's individually would be a little bit expensive, but at least break it up to where we could buy what we wanted to. You might be saying, well, you can get the camos and the containers. Yeah, you can, but here's the kicker here is that, well, these are only 4%. They only have a 4% drop rate for the camos. And there is, unfortunately, no pity counter on the camos. There's a pity counter on the Napoli, because you can get the Napoli in the containers. You have a 1% chance of getting the Napoli, and after 99 containers of not getting the Napoli, you will get the Napoli. But, again, there is no pity counter for the camos, if I'm reading that right, in the armory. So you could potentially just really get screwed over and dump a bunch of money on these containers and not get the turtle layer camo or the Foot Clan camo. So, yeah. Keep in mind, too, that it's not just the Napoli, the commanders, and the camos in the containers. There are, of course, blue economic bonuses, credits, free XP, and commander XP, and, of course, the event camos, if you will. Again, those camos that are not the permanent camos for the Napoli or the Schlieffen. So, that's a bit unfortunate, shall we say. Now, of course, too, none of this stuff is by any means, something that you need to get in game. This is, of course, all optional. But it does suck that if you are a fan of the show, you just want to get the camos, because that's the thing that everybody sees. Nobody sees the commanders in game. Yeah, you hear the voice lines and stuff, but nobody sees your commander. They see the ship, and that's what you're looking at too. So it would make sense for those to be, in my opinion, it makes sense to sell those individually, or at least, again, put the 2 ship camos in a bundle and charge like $50 for it, or $60 for it. I think that'd be fine. Because again, the camos are really, really cool looking, and I probably would have bought them, or bought one of them, if again they were priced, like the $30 individually range. Maybe the $30 a pop. You buy both of them, you get a bit of a discount. Get them for $50, right? I mean, paying $50 for a camo, that's a pretty reasonable price compared to the $100 you have to fork over for the Napoli's camo, or the darn near $70 you have to fork over for the for the Schlieffen's camo. So yeah, I mean, again, it is the camo and the commanders. I understand that. I understand why that's so much, but it's just a better event overall, in my opinion, when things are split up and you can pick and choose what you want to buy. Who knows? Maybe this works for Wargaming. I'm sure they have a method behind it. They have reasoning behind it, but just split it up, Wargaming. It's better all the way around, and you probably would get some more sales out of it if people can get these at a more reasonable price. But again, they have to pay for the licensing and all that jazz, and it is completely optional. You don't have to. You're not missing out on anything, right? They aren't releasing any unique ships in this crossover. It's all cosmetic. So at the end of the day, it doesn't really matter. It's just kind of sad that these cool camos are, so friggin' expensive. So yeah, but that's my 2 cents on the event. If you're a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle fan, and I guess, you could spend some money on the containers. I wouldn't. It's gambling. That's, why I hate that it's a 4% chance of getting the camos in the containers. But if you got the money to spend on it and it's something you're a fan of, go for it. If they have a Star Wars crossover event, I'll probably drop a ton of money on the game to get whatever is in that event. So there is that. But let me know what you guys think about the Ninja Turtle event in the comments down below. If you found this video helpful, informational, or entertaining, please make sure you drop a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel, all of that jazz. Hope you guys have a wonderful Saturday, wonderful rest of your week. Hope to catch you guys in the next one.